our channel, Exploring It All. I'm Miraculous Girl. Join me and my dad while we explore subscription boxes, the outdoors, gear and equipment, and other fun things and places. Before we get started, hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Ding!
Well, thank you again for that amazing introduction, Miraculous Girl, and thank you everyone for joining us again here on Exploring It All. Today we are going to be reviewing the My Medic bag. There's a few things I missed. This came in Battlebox Mission 85. There was a few things I missed, and after I watched some other videos and stuff, I thought maybe I better go back and review that. Plus, I also have the upgrade, which I don't think you're going to see in some of the other videos, so I thought I'd show everyone that as well. I am by no means a medical expert. I do work in a medical facility inside a maximum security prison. So, because of that, we deal with a lot of trauma. Before we get them out in the ambulances, we've medevaced out via air ambulance just 3 inmates in this last month due to stab injuries. That tends to be the most common injury. We very rarely utilize deadly force anymore compared to how they used to do things years ago. Now the inmates just do it to each other. Anyway, so there's a couple of things I wanted to touch on first, and just regarding the bag that I didn't catch the first time around. First is the MOLLE attachment on the back here. Because of the way this is attached, and now it's wrapped around, you can attach this MOLLE on the Gray Man panels that we got, or things of that sort, and then instead of having to undo it to move the bag, you just undo your snaps and pull this off, and now you have your bag, and this can stay attached to your MOLLE portion, and you can run with your trauma bag. Now, this bag isn't designed to be your standard first aid kit. It is, like I said, designed for severe trauma. That's kind of what they're gearing toward. And I think they're mostly implying for gunshot wounds. But like I said, a lot of these items are items that we use where I work, and we don't use our own personally because we have tons of medical supplies, but to treat stab injuries and that sort of injuries. So these things might come in handy for something other than just a gunshot wound. This little panel on the front here, another item that I missed. I've since put something in there. I got the little gloves in there. I thought it would be good to have the nitrate gloves easily accessible. This little panel on the front is actually a pocket. So that is something I did not notice the first time I was reviewing this bag. And then the other one I saw Doc P point out in one of his videos. And again, I would really have liked to have seen someone like him do, and maybe he will, who knows, a review of this upgrade kit, because he has a lot more medical knowledge. He was some sort of combat medic in the military in some of the Gulf activities, I believe. So he has a lot more knowledge treating gunshot wounds and with medical equipment in general. But anyway, so when you open this kit up, it does lay out nice and flat. So you have everything accessible to you. Anyway, so that is some of the items that I missed about this bag. I'm not going to worry about that. Now, this is the upgrade kit. I know I paid more than $50 for this. I just really wanted to get it. I have a lot of these items in one of my other trauma bags. Some items I don't, because they're not things I know how to use, and but just because I don't know how to use them doesn't mean if I'm somewhere and something happens, if I have the materials to use, I'm good friends with some people with a lot of medical experience. If I have the stuff I need, or that we need, and they know how to use it, then it's still good that I had it. That's my point of view, my thoughts on it. Anyway, so this is what is in this item. Like I said, I know I paid more than $50 for this, but I did use the 25% off discount that they sent. And of course, I'm talking American dollars here. So the first up items here, and it looks like there may be some sort of instructions. Let me see what it's. This is one of those breathing type of things. It's called a nasal pharyngeal airway tube, and based on the fact that it's called nasal, I believe this is a tube that you would stick through the nostril. And yes, they do actually use the, I think it's called Annie, the CPR doll mannequin that is used. There's something about this face on this mannequin was the death mask, was taken from a death mask of a drowning victim, I believe somewhere in Europe, and that is the face that they gave to the CPR doll. So anyway, so it does have list the instructions here on how to use this. It includes the lube, everything's in little packages, which I'm not going to open, but it includes lube, also more gloves, a hand sanitizer. So there's that little kit, and I'll just keep all that right back in there. Everything's sealed, so it would be relatively sterile. It's nice to keep things clean, but I will be honest, in the thick of it, sometimes you have to worry about the sanitariness of things later. But in the heat of the moment, you might want to just stop the bleeding or whatever. We have a compressed crinkle gauze. I have not heard of that, and I believe the bag actually had a compressed gauze as well. So there's two different types. This one calls it a crinkle gauze, and this is the regular. Like I said, I'm doing this kind of on the fly, so I haven't looked all these things up or anything like that. Next, we have chest seals, and it looks like there are two vented chest seals. I have multiple chest seals. Chest seals are something that we do use at the institution in the events of the stabbings. They don't always have to go on the chest. We put them all over the torso area and the back. With the puncture wounds, we've had a lot of inmates who, when they get stabbed, their lungs collapse and everything else within 20 minutes or so. They may be talking and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden their lung starts to collapse just before they go in the ambulance or something. So we do have the chest seals for those type of puncture wounds. You want to put those on. Also keeps the body from leaking air and whatnot. Again, I can't explain all the medical terminologies of things. We have some Quick Clot bleeding control dressings. Quick Clot is a dry substance. I don't even know what it's called. And it basically just causes your blood to congeal and scab, and helps. Once those scabs start to form, that and your blood congeals, then that prevents it from. It clogs it up so it doesn't bleed anymore. Layman's terms, so to speak. Again, I don't have a medical background. I'm not in other than basic first aid or maybe a little advanced first aid. And massive trauma type classes I have not taken. It may be something I have time to do in the future though. But anyway, Quick Clot, it is, I have used the granules Quick Clot to stop bleeding on some cuts and different things like that. So that's another a good item to have there in a trauma type of thing. And again, you'll notice this is for trauma. You're not going to find a lot of Band-Aids or things like that. This is not really going to be considered an ouchie boo-boo kit, as they say. We got some Z-Zips. I believe these, and I don't want to, they're inside the, well, they're in a pack, so we'll see what we can see through this. There's 2 of these. We've gotten a similar item in a past box that again had 2. And these are kind of like a substitute staple. They're kind of a, oh no, these are different. Okay, these are the zip strips. I've seen these. I've seen videos of these. I've never had them though. These actually, and if you guys can see that, once you get these on the wound, you twist this, I believe. And as you twist it, it will close. Skin should be clean and dry. And they have, does this open up more? Oh, there we go. There's some instructions in here, and sometimes it's good to read the instructions before you try to use some of this stuff. But yeah, all right, so you put these on, and then as you pull these tabs out, you don't twist them, and it pulls the wound closed. So those are kind of cool. These are different than the ones of what I thought they were, but there's 2 of those, so that gives you the ability to maybe close up the larger cuts. Maybe that combined with some butterfly bandages or something on the outer edges. If you're in need of having to do something before you can get to a medical facility and have a doctor, a real medical person, look at stuff. And then our final item is 3 tools. This is in a zip bag that is sealed and opens up, and I'm gonna open it. I believe they're still inside different packages here. I'm using a CRKT Ruger flipper knife here. And so you got a set of tweezers, a flashlight with pupil dilation chart. Usually in law enforcement, we're using that to determine something other than, usually it's to determine if they're under the influence of something. And a whistle, and this whistle was in the hiker medic kit that we got as well. So this looks like a decent set of tweezers. They're closed up nice. It's got a little band on it. I'm not going to open them up any further. Those seem to be good. Picking out dirt and whatnot from wounds. Whistle's a great signaling device. On the institution, we're required to carry a whistle. I've only heard one blown once. When I first started in my career, I was told if the inmates hear the whistle, they will immediately get on the ground because the next thing to follow will be a gunshot. That may have been true 30 plus years ago, but it is no longer true. Anyway, so this is a look at the upgrade to the MyMedic trauma pack. These were the items. I think a couple of these items. I don't know that all of them were in their higher level kit, but I'm not sure about the zip strips. And those are very interesting. I like that. Now there is one other first aid advice I can give. There is another piece of, I think that this is going to be an adequate morale patch for this kit. We'll just go ahead and put that on there. Hopefully you guys can read it. It says, rub some dirt on it, everything stops bleeding eventually. So we'll just throw that morale patch on there. And then there's one other one you can throw on there, but did you die? So anyway, that's a look at the MyMedic upgrade to the trauma IFAK, TFAK, trauma kit, trauma first aid kit, TFAK kit. Here's one final look at the pack. I have now inserted all of the items from the upgrade as well as the original items that were in here. I haven't added anything else to the kit. We do still have the I think they're called what, belly bands in the Molly side here that you could attach more items to, or instead of using these you could use other Molly attachments. I have a few other styles that we may look at here one of these days. As you can see, I added the patches. These weren't included with the upgrades, by the way. And for those of you taking the time to watch this video, if you have any suggestions or additional knowledge to add to these items and things to look for when you're using them or not using them from your experiences, if you've ever used any of these types of items before, give us a comment down below. I'm always willing to learn and listen, and I really like and enjoy reading the comments. It lets me know that people are actually thinking about some of the things that we're showing them. Anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and remember, be nice to each other.